Remember, this is always live streamed, so the replays are on YouTube as well as Spotify. If you ever want to go back and re-listen or something you missed, they're always there. So welcome, welcome. Or something you missed. All right. Welcome. YouTube, you are live. We are live streaming. Good to see everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody. So let's see. Let's get started. All right. All right, my friends. It is it's a good day. It's a good day. Things are shifting. So I hope all of you get that. Usually I get started right on time because I like to leave extra time for Q&A. And again, as you all know, Q&A is always open to any topic, even if it's a topic I'm sharing or you don't understand what we're talking about. You can listen to any past Truth Tribe or anything I bring up. All right. So all you got to do is ask or throw a question in the chat. The chat is open, so you can chat with me on the chat and I will answer your questions as they go. So if I don't catch them right away, I will get there. All right. All right, so let's get started and then you guys can tap in as you're ready. Cool. All right. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Truth Tribe. I am Daune Thompson, and thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you because you are perfect, exactly where you are in this right now here moment. I know it feels like things are crazy. We feels like our bodies are off. It feels like we don't feel right, but you're not in the wrong place. You're perfect. I love you all. I'm always pouring hearts onto you in my meditations every day, so just put your hands out and grab them. I want to remind you that Truth Tribe is to illuminate self-awareness of your health, of your wealth, and of your love, which blankets the entirety of you. You do not need an astrology wheel or chart for Truth Tribe, but if you have yours, always bring it to the calls because it sure helps for self-awareness during some of these calls when I bring up planets in your own chart. It's easier to look at yourself that way. If you want to learn the basics and you don't know how to read your own chart, you can go get a basic tutorial, Self-Awareness Astrology 101 at my website, IDeserveItNow.com. It's right on the homepage. Just scroll down and you can grab it there. I will put the notes in always in the end of the calls if you're needing them. So let's get started. Tonight we are talking about the topic, your body isn't broken, it's broadcasting. Now, what does that mean? I have been hearing, Dawn, what's wrong with me? I don't feel good. I can't kick it. It doesn't go away. Like, it's because your body is simply the messenger, my friends, not the solution. Your soul is the solution, and your authentic self expressing itself is the solution. And so the quantum field is asking you to see you. Remember, we are connected like a grid, all the longitude and latitude lines. You have a grid lines running through you. We are part of the quantum. Everyone's like, we're going to the quantum field. We're not. You are the quantum, and the quantum externally is you. So it's expressing itself to you. And I want you to understand that your emotions are the indicators of where you are, where we all are in relation to our own growth with different aspects of ourselves. So if you have highly charged reactions to something in your health specifically tonight, but anything else, you can be assured it is an issue that you need to look at more closely. So the triggers are looking at you. That's what it's asking you. Your feelings are not random, my friends. They are not overreactions. This is the coolest part about tonight. They're antennas. Your emotions are internal antennas, energetic sonar, pinging off your environment to say, yeah, this ain't it. Emotions are not here to be judged. They're here to be heard. And I'm not talking about crying, poor me, victim emotions. I'm not. Like how you're feeling, it wants to be heard. That sudden wave of exhaustion you have, the tension in your gut, full-blown meltdown isn't your body betraying you, right? It's your soul screaming, you are out of alignment, babe. pull it together. That's what it's saying. But we are so caught in what the external world has told us for so long that there's a thing and it's one and it's, I mean, you look at the medical industry, everybody is, they're all go to a specialist, they all specialize in a thing, and that thing is simply an emotion screaming at you. You're out of alignment with your soul. See, your body, my friends, has memorized a frequency of what it thinks. It's what it thinks is safe. Even if it's full of unhealthy love habits and avoidance patterns and your old survival tactics, it thinks that's safe because that's what it knows. That's what your nervous system and your ego has been wired to know. Why? Because your nervous system's job is to protect you, not to perfect you. And that includes memorizing your dysfunction as normal. If it keeps you alive, if it kept you alive once when you were young, anything discomforting now is going to kick it in. Okay. So the key to rewiring that is not just your mindset, it's action. We talked about this several Truth Tribes ago. Awareness of who you are is awesome, which we're going to bring awareness to your health and your body and your chart tonight. Awareness is great, but action is the shift. If you don't take action and you don't actually fulfill looking at that topic, you're going to get in trouble or it's going to feel uncomfortable. New experiences are coded into your energetic DNA, are what programs your entire system. So we've got to find new plans. Now, you can look at your body as the physical reality of you, right? Because that's what we're kind of at. Like, this is the physical 3D. The fourth dimension is your thoughts. It's not here and it's not there, right? And then the fifth, sixth into an infinite dimensions of time and space are the quantum field, fifth dimensional energy. We're tapping in already there. The veil is lifted. It's so thin. It's why it's easy for you to bring up your psychic ability, your intuition, all of those things aren't like, wow, why am I thinking that? How did I think that up? How did that deja vu happen? Wow, why, like that was a gut feeling. It's not an accident. What's happening is the veil is thinned so much. So your physical body doesn't work in the old world anymore because it's like going, okay, tap into the higher realm and tap into those source consciousness. And it's so much easier to try and heal it when with physical things, because that's what you were told, like supplements, movement, what you consume. And yes, they all count, but the body can't heal with only physical support like it used to, which is what you were told would work. As I say, the simplest way to help the physical body physically is to find the root cause emotionally, flush it physically. Maybe you ingested something. Maybe you chronically, done poor behavior, whatever it is. Find the root, flush it physically, and fill it with clean fuel and activity and love and intention. But it also creeps back. Have you noticed that? It often creeps back, that pain, that problem, the chronic whatever. It creeps back in because the root is often originated in an ignored emotion. And that's easy to see in the patterns that you keep repeating. So you can look at your astrology chart and see it. You can look at your life and see it. You can look at your pain in your body that keeps repeating, better, not, right? You can see it in those repeating patterns, and you can find the root even faster of that emotional pattern in your of your physical body in your birth chart. It's there. You can see it in the birth chart. And so a big indicator in every single person's birth chart, again, if you don't have one, you can go onto my website, get a free birth chart under free tools, and just at least print it so you know what sign, what houses I'm talking about. But again, I do tell you, go get these self-awareness astrology to start number one. But a big indicator is if you have your birth chart, your moon sign, and the house you're avoiding. That's what we got to look at. Remember, you are all lighthouses, my friends. You have 12 energetic rooms surrounding your soul, and you're the sun in the center. You're the light. Okay, so now we got to get real. Some of those rooms are locked and dusty and screaming for attention. And one of the biggest ones is your moon sign. It's the emotional tattoo your soul inked into your chart, and it's not going anywhere. That is always something you're going to have to master. It's where you have the highest highs and the lowest lows. And when you get low emotionally, you trigger the body to put you in protection mode and save you. And it's trying to save you from an emotion, not the pain, but the pain is the only way you pay attention to you. It's like this crazy, dirty cycle. Okay. So most people avoid their moon house like it's jury duty, right? Oh, no, not that room. I don't want to go in that room, right? But when you ignore it, here's what happens. This emotional fog rolls in, your body tightens, your sleep gets weird. And if you really avoid it long enough, it starts to ache. Pain builds up, symptoms pop up, and then disease takes root. And we can't believe, where did that come from? Why? Because the room isn't cursed, it's calling. And your body is the alarm system that you've been hitting snooze on. It's that simple. We want to make it so glamorous and extravagant. It's not. So that category in your life, the one ruled by your moon, isn't punishing you, my friends. It's requesting an audit, not a wellness check, a soul level honesty check. Can we do that? It's scary, right? To be honest with yourself. It's a lot easier when we judge, critique others for what they're not doing, but can we be honest with ourselves? It's a big question. Right? And the moment that you shine light into that discomforting room, your body begins to breathe again and start back into realignment. And it has divine consciousness in it. It will start healing or align with healing protocols that are actually for you, not where someone's just telling, well, just try this and just try that. Oh, that didn't work. Try that. They're symptom based. And the symptoms aren't the problem. The root is. So that one place can really give you huge insight. My moon can mess me up. So if you have your birth chart, tonight I'm going to give you a couple spots to look at. Okay, where to look in your chart for health roots. I've been seeing this a lot with a couple healers that I work with. And when I look into the chart, these four houses, when they either are not being, they're being avoided, or they have heavy energy in them, you've got to push more energy into them. Yes, your moon sign is a big deal, but when it comes to your emotional and physical health, there's a little bit more to look at. Okay. So your astrology wheel, second here, let me move this. All right, so your astrology birth chart, right? Your natal chart gives you a whole body diagnostic tool. So if you took my DMT course, I showed you where your head sits, where your throat sits, where your heart sits. You know, I showed you all of that in there on top of your energetic DNA. It's another course you can take on my website. Not for tonight, but that's what we look at all of them. Tonight we're just going to look at the basics, okay? So it's a diagnostic tool if you know where to look. So I want to start with just 4 houses on your birth chart. The first 2 are general house health houses, okay? The first house to look at in a birth chart, the 6th house, your physical health. If you know how you react in that house, in that category of your life, and it's not just physical health, it's how organized you are, how good you are to yourself, how you overgive to other people's. It's your daily habits. Are you too busy giving to everybody else and there's nothing left for your body? Your gut health, your routines, your stress patterns all sit in that 6th house. This is the physical body's maintenance room. Okay, so this is if you're avoiding, and they're like, just my health in general. No, 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 no. Are you avoiding what this is asking you? And as Self-Awareness Astrology, the 101 course, we talk about what energy do you play in that house. Some people are analytical and they're overthinking it. Some people are emotional and they're feeling everything. And some people are avoidant. Some people are workaholics. Are you avoiding or growing in that 6th house? I'm going to pull up here in a few minutes on the screen what it all encompasses, but I want you to just get the basics. Your 12th house, okay, is your mental health house. This is a big one, my friends, because it really affects you. Your subconscious, it's your subconscious, it's your self-imprisonment, the mental health, hidden emotions, past lives, intuition, spiritual enlightenment. If we're not spiritually open, it can lock us up. and feel like we're not aligned with who we are because you don't want to open your soul. So hidden emotional debris sits in that house where we screw ourselves over because we don't want to think about those thoughts, right? And so it's a mental emotional debris that we avoid. Chronic stress lives in that 12th house. Are you avoiding your emotional jails, or are you growing confidence into how you want to think, feel, and tap into source? Okay. The next two houses are karmic emotional houses. Again, remember these emotions are the root causing the symptoms. The fourth house, home and security. Now, it would seem like the house, the home, security, right? But it's your childhood roots and those emotions that we didn't deal with in childhood. For emotional safety, if this one's shaky, your inner foundation is shaky too, my friends. So if you don't feel secure in your home or this home, this body, if your body feels unsafe, it's going to alert you in any environment, in any home, in any location. We're not listening. Okay. Then the eighth house. This is the intuition, intimacy, sex, death, regeneration, rebirth, letting go of shit and starting fresh. Right. And so it's also the secrets house. Deep psychological patterns sit in this place. So, of course, if you're not diving into the dark, trauma, intimacy issues, if you're not transforming here, you're storing pain. Are you hiding secrets, or are you being honest with your need to feel what you feel? I'll again post those again in the I Deserve It Club Truth Tribe wall or the Facebook wall so you guys can go revisit them, as these houses truly affect our health. These are the karmic zones, my friends. They're the hot zones that reveal where your system is crying out for truth, not treatment. And I talked to you a couple of Truth Tribes again ago about why does talk therapy, why does counseling, why does books, learning, all this stuff it doesn't work, because we need truth about who we are, not treatment to fix you, because you're not broken, you're perfect. So the more you align your behavior with what these houses are teaching you, not pushing you to be less, teaching you, the more your body begins to heal in real time, right now. Not, it's going to take 6 months, 6 days, 6 weeks. It heals now. Because health isn't about green juice and supplements and yoga and meditation. It's about vibrational alignment with you. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because why, I always ask, why weren't we taught this shit when we were little? Why? Because we weren't in control then. And now you've taken back your sovereign control. You're in control of you. By taking back your power, one avoided room at a time. You don't have to overdo it. Just start with the moon or go to all 4 houses and start tapping in. Because what I hear this from clients a lot, right? I hear, I know it sounds too simple. Like, wait, you're telling me, right, Dawn, that my stomach pain or my chronic fatigue might be connected to avoiding my moon signs emotional lessons? Yep. That's exactly what I'm telling you. And I had to do the same thing, and I had to conquer chronic fatigue, and I saw the same thing in my own chart, which was mind-blowing, right? I was like, whoa, it wasn't just the moon. I had other things as well, but I'm sharing with you, yes, that's where it comes from. Because once you discover the exact zodiac room of your lighthouse, of your personality, the exact room that you've been ghosting yourself, it becomes painfully obvious why the lights have been flickering. And that, my friends, is when true healing begins. Not fixing yourself, by finally seeing yourself. You've got to see you. By giving the rejected parts of you air and attention instead of judgment. So go find just your moon, check what house it's in, and ask yourself honestly. Everybody tonight, I want you to ask this question. I'm going to get to the planetary alignment with a new moon tonight, which is why I'm presenting it this way. Ask yourself this question. If you have a pen, write down, have I been emotionally present in this part of my life? And if the answer is hell no, congratulations. You just found out your healing portal. That's the portal for all your physical healing. And oh, my friends, your birth chart it's basically like a cosmic MRI machine, right? The moon and those karmic houses, 6 and 12, are heavy hitters I'm going to go a little bit deeper with you, right? But let's go deeper into the underrated chart placements that quietly scream about your health behind the scenes. So if you have your chart, other astrological clues that you can reveal your health vibe will show up. You know what? I'm going to show you guys a picture real quick while I'm explaining this to you. It'll give you a little bit more insight. There we go. Let's see. And again, this is in your IDI Club and Facebook walls, just so you know. So if you look at this wheel and this chart, okay, other clues that I want you to look at is here's your birth chart. It looks all crazy and there's planets and all this kind of stuff, right? And what I was saying is go look for the little blue moon and where it sits in your chart somewhere. My blue moon's right down in here. And I go, oh, it's over here in the 5th house. Oh, the 5th house of romance and love and joy and fun and being childlike and drama. When a lot of drama comes into my life, I drop down, I get low, and I get emotional, and then I get heavy, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I lose track of the whole other part of my personality. It's gonna hit you in an area. These houses that I have highlighted here are the health houses. Your 4th house, your 6th house, 8, and 12. Okay, but here's the kicker. This little symbol on your chart right here, this is your rising sign. We all have a sun, moon, and rising. It's called the ascendant rising sign. And the way you show up, your rising sign is the way you show up in the physical world. Your rising sign rules your physical body because it's the mask we wear when we show up in the world and your overall vitality. Right? It's the shell your soul chose to wear in this lifetime, and it sets the tone for your health style. So if there's a fire sign on your rising sign, it'll sit right here on the corner on the 9 degrees on your chart. Okay, so if you're a fire rising, Aries, Leo, Sag, they burn hot, they burn fast. Think inflammation, think overexertion. They push themselves too much. If you're an earth rising, maybe you carry weight or stagnation when you're out of balance. It's the body's energetic blueprint. Air, maybe you have an air sign. Air might be overthinking, not feeling, separating out of the body. I want to think about I want to process it in my mind. I don't want to think it. I need you to feel it. And then water rising signs. They may be drowning in other people's emotions because when they show up, they feel everything. So they're drowning in other people's emotions and they forget that they count too, which is a really big deal. So watch how your body reacts under stress, your go-to coping patterns. And if overall your appearance shifts when you're in certain environments, you're out of alignment, period. And you got to call yourself out, back out, voice your opinion, voice your emotions. This is who I am. I'm not being me. I got to back up. Now, here's the kicker for some of you advanced. You don't need to know this, but I'm going to show you how to find it. The chart ruler of your entire chart, okay? You have to take your rising sign. So here we'll come right here. My Gemini rising, Virgo and Gemini, both slide over here and they are ruled by the planet Mercury. Cancer here is the moon, Leo here is the sun. So just go look for the rising sign and what planet rules it, okay? So take your rising sign and look at what planet rules it. I posted the signs and planets in Facebook and the IDI clubs last week, if you need this again. So find the planet that's your ruling planet of your rising sign. That's your chart ruler, also known as your CEO of your whole operation. Okay, so wherever that planet is placed in this chart, it gives major insight to where your energy gets drained and needs healing. So whatever that planet is, look at the category and go, is it in this category 9? Is it in 10? Is it in 4? Where is it? Okay, so here's the example. My Gemini rising right here, the ruling planet of Gemini, come down in the category. Oh, Gemini is Mercury, is up here in my 9th house, that little yellow guy. There he sits. Well, what does that mean, Dawn? Go to the 9th house. Wow, that is travel and wisdom and philosophy and higher learning and higher education and um, ethics, philosophy. And Mercury rules thinking and communication. Okay, so when it look at mine, right? If my Mercury is in this ninth house, right? I can get stuck in over learning and over trying to get more knowledge and information and put it on paper and making books and making courses and over analyzing the philosophy of it instead of just giving it out with my voice, which here we are right now, how I'm showing up, which is what I started doing in the last several years because I caught myself. And now I know I must be on stage sharing all this information with everyone. I'm like, oh, wow, I can't get lost there. I got to do it, but then I got to go do the rest of my chart. Now I know I must be there. Right now, if your rising sign planet is in the eighth house, you're probably mentally over processing trauma, zapping your nervous system. If it's in the sixth house, watch for burnout, overthinking, anxiety, messing with your digestion. We just talked about six. Right? This is how your rising sign ruler affects how you show up from the house that's being activated from it. And then the last planet I'm going to bring up, that I'm going to give you a whole insight if you don't know your chart. Mars. Where does Mars sit in your chart? Why? Because it's your energy tank and inflammation. Mars is aggression, it's war, it's drive, push. Okay, and so Mars shows you how you use or how you lose your life force. It rules muscles, blood, how you act. And a stressed out or suppressed Mars house category equals energy crashes, adrenaline issues, explosive flare-ups, like hello, autoimmune issues, inflammation. I'm drained when I'm in that category, or you have control to say no. I don't want to be drained in that category. A blocked Mars is tired. It's a pissed off soul, my friends. So look at the house that it's in and find out where you need movement and expression or protection of overly being bitter that you have to work too hard to stay healthy. So these are the houses in your chart that are asking for attention. Yes, your health is the alarm telling you to look at that house. That's it. It's not telling you that something's wrong with you. It's telling you you're avoiding these couple of rooms in your life. Not to hurt you. Remember, again, the self-awareness astrology course can help you navigate reading just the basics of finding these signs in your wheel, right? Now, if you don't want to address this blueprint, okay, and you're like, I don't have a blueprint chart, Dawn. I don't know how to do this. Okay, you don't have to, right? That's the cool part. If you don't want to address your blueprint astrologically, this is the hard part for people. Remember, emotions are the root. Listen to your body, my friends. Listen to them. Your body has access to infinite intelligence, and it is communicating that intelligence as using your antenna for you all the time. That feeling in your heart, your gut, your back, your knee, your skin, your head, the headache, whatever it is, the disease, the illness that you've been told you'll never get rid of. Bullshit. It's carrying information for you. So all of you real quick tonight, close your eyes, okay? Close your eyes, calm your body, slow your brain waves down. Just listen to my voice. Take a deep breath, let it out. Focus on that part of your body that you are feeling. It's begging for you to have attention because it's pushing your buttons and it hurts. It's irritating you. Ask it for the message. What is the message for you? Trust the first thing that pops up. And if your initial response is, I don't know, be patient. You do know, and that information will come. You can receive information on how to heal, how to grow, what to do next. It's incredible. And everyone can do it. Trust what comes up. Trust the message. The message will get clearer and more the more you tune in and trust your soul. Okay. Once you know the root emotion categories that you avoid, you're going to start getting more in tune with the feeling in the body, and the feeling that it's giving you is telling you, pay attention to me. Now, again, I give you the chart because it's saying this is probably rooted in childhood, the teen years. And if you went there, it might even show you 12th house past life. Doesn't mean you're getting off the hook. It just means you're here to cut it for many generations, some health issue. You've got the power. You will, in fact, in the physical world, my friends, attract all the healing you need through people appearing, healers appearing, supplemental support, upgrades in what you need to eat or how you need to move. Maybe you need to slow down your movement. Your soul will guide you to what works for you, but it must start with self-awareness of your own soul's karmic lessons. So see the emotional avoidance, see the solutions to find it, flush it, and fill it up with what it asks for. Don't overthink it. Trust your souls, not your nervous systems, my friends. Your nervous systems are lying to you. Your medical systems are lying to you. Are they giving you a Band-Aid until you get back to your soul and your chart and go, oh, I do see it. I've been avoiding that. Okay. Band-Aid it till you start healing it within. And what happens? Your nervous system calms down and everything starts to align on its own. God made us so perfect. Divine consciousness, whatever your God is, you have been perfected to a point that there is nothing in your body that can't heal naturally. But you're not allowing the parts of you that want healing. You're being told by someone else that there is no healing. And I call bullshit. You are a chemical factory. Your brain is a chemical factory filled with all the healing chemicals. Dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, all these healing chemicals, but we won't release them because we're in this hyper fight or flight state at all times. And it's time for you to trust the body. The soul will tell you what the body needs. And again, you can look on your chart and find it as well. Now, here's the cool part. I'm going to go into planetary update here. And I'm going to let you guys understand what's happening in the sky right now, because we're like, well, does that affect me, Dawn? Not really. Remember, I don't really tap too deep into planets. I'm telling you what the planets' waves of energy that are giving you. You can ride the high wave or you can drown in the ocean. And of the emotion that's coming up from whatever it is, it's coming up from the planets that are affecting us right now. They're affecting the whole collective, the whole globe. Okay. So tomorrow there's a new moon. We talked about this a little bit last week in Gemini. So you have felt it for the last 3 or 4 days, but tomorrow it is. So it's going to give you a good 48 hours to a week to feel this energy. It's about rewriting your inner narrative. Oh, the emotions. Reroute it, reinvent yourself. Gemini represents the sign of communication, thought, words, messages, learning. So people are starting to admit their own feelings to themselves. They're like, no more secrets. Oh, there's the 8th house of secrets. Many confessions are coming out. Oh, the 12th house of imprisonment and mental health, mind, confusion, delusion. Should I do it or not? This is a wonderful time to attract people into your life that are seeking the same alignment of truth. In the next 48 hours, my friends, tell the universe what you want to focus on. Self-love, physical healing. What do I want? I'm going to focus on that and make peace with your past. Forgive others. Do something, not just forgiving them, but then come back into this and say, I forgive you. I forgive you, body. I forgive you, soul, for not paying attention to you. And then do something that raises that confidence. It's time to buckle up, because this new Gemini moon, my friends, is not for emotional reruns or victim like monologues and victim goggles. Like, that's what it looks like. That's not what this is. That's not what's happening. And it's going to show up heavy. She's slick. She's curious. Gemini's ruled by Mercury. And she's handing you the microphone right here. She's handing you the microphone to rewrite your inner narrative with receipts. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to keep it going. I wrote it, I paid for it, I'm out. This is the moment where your old strategies are going to get challenged. What I just brought up, those emotional roots are coming up and your body is screaming like an alarm clock at you. Right? Those old stories. I'm always misunderstood. I'm never healing. Nobody really sees me. Love is complicated. I can't do this. That's not how I am. You just need to accept me that way. Avoid, 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 avoid. Oh, my body. I'm better, I'm not. I'm better, I'm not. Well, if the body knows how to get better for a little while, you're better. It's the emotion that is beep, beep, beep. That's what's coming up. I'm telling you, delete, 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 block. Gemini energy is let's talk truth, not trauma. So if your health feels like you're constantly on this broken rat wheel on repeat, now's your chance to update the script and actually say what you mean, say what you want. Stop saying how you don't want to feel and start saying, what do you need to feel? What is it that you actually feel? Not someone else's fault. Mercury is in this like mix also, right? It's that planet, like, can you just communicate like a grown-up? It's asking people to do that. Start speaking out of this truth and not that inner child wound, which is the fourth house, mother. So use this energy to speak clarity, not codependency, my friends. I'm watching the codependency to the health issues. Why? Because the body is easier for us to look at. We can feel it, we can see it. So this moon is all about writing it down on paper, what you want, specifically in health description, and then burn it. Now, if you don't want to burn it, right? If you burn it, the reason I ask people to burn it is trust that your soul, right, can write it. And if it doesn't already have it, it wrote it down, it'll just find a new plan. The soul knows what to do. Now, if you don't want to just write it and burn it, get yourself a sticky note, right? Write it here on a sticky note, whatever it is, and then charge it, right? Charge your water with it. Write it, use it as a coaster, and charge your water and drink it for the next few days. This water then, I even have it like, I have glasses that says choose happy, right? I charge my DNA water, DMT water from the DMT class for my whole chart, but I still check my chart on all these things when emotions are coming up because I know they're coming from one of those root categories that maybe there's a sliver left. So the biggest last piece is the biggest talk right now in the whole astrology community. I know it's a transit, so you're feeling it, but I don't like getting too hung up on these things. It's going to make all it's doing, these waves of transiting planets up in the sky, your birth chart never moves. You're always you. That's why self-awareness, lighthouse astrology is so powerful because you're like, oh, that is poking this house again. Oh, that's poking the unavoided area again. Oh, that's poking my health house again. And when your health is getting poked, what happens? So the biggest talk of astrology right now is, again, what I brought up last week, and I'm telling you, it's going to go back and forth into Pisces and Aries. Well, Saturn and Neptune on Saturday, 2 days ago, they actually went into alignment where both Saturn and Neptune are at 0 degrees of Aries. So your dreams of Neptune are meeting discipline with Saturn, with the side of identity crisis. Who the fuck am I? What the fuck am I doing here? Why the hell have I decided to do this? You're all going into that. How did I end up with this group of friends? How did I end up with this family? How did I end up with those parents? That's the identity crisis that is appearing right now. It's not about them. It's about you seeing you. So it's like a cosmic cocktail, right? Saturn and Neptune shacking up in Aries, right? The strict parent Saturn and the spiritual, like enlightened Pisces or Neptune, they're moving together. And when they move together, it's like the birth canal of the cosmos saying, okay, Aries is about let's go. Show your best self. Let's go play. So you're being cosmically from the universe, from the quantum field, smacked into a rebirth. And if you don't know who you are, you don't know what you're letting go of. So don't freak out. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about becoming who you are, more than you've ever dared to be. And Saturn is setting boundaries like you're the boss, and Neptune is dissolving all those bullshit illusions, especially where you think you've been playing small for too long to stay safe. The nervous system. It's overwhelming. But it's also the exact pressure that your soul ordered to finally pop up and pop out of this people-pleasing bullshit that we've all been in for so long. Get rid of the titles, get rid of the labels, get rid of whoever they are with whatever name, label, title they have, and say, right, do I feel aligned and full and completely soul lit up with this energy of this person? No. Then stop people-pleasing. Right? You're going to roar into the next chapter with, I'm the boss of me. I'm a badass right now. That's where you're all going, my friends. That's what's happening. And paying attention to your own soul, your own health house, your own health, and saying, why do I get unhealthy? I've got Neptune in my 6th house. We just talked about Neptune being the planet of illusion and confusion and the cosmic stoner, like, oh, great. And so I let go and I work too hard and I don't pay attention to this. So I've had to pay attention to it. The moon sign says, go help everybody else for me instead of this. Okay, I'll listen to those 2 houses. I promise I'll do it. And I have been. But I had to be diligent in planning and ordering and structuring and reaching out to everyone who aligned with those 2 healing categories for me. Yours might be career. That's what emotionally takes you down. And when you don't feel good in your career, you get sick. Plain and simple. Okay, so everybody tap in here, thymus, and then we'll go into Q&A. I am courage. This is your nervous system. Your thymus is where you tap into the nervous system, your immune center, reminding it, I am courage. Repeat it. I am love. I am truth. I know love. I know courage. I know truth. Okay. I'm just going to bring up health in general tonight on the Q&A. If you have any health issues coming up, whether you know your chart or not, feel free to dump them in the chat. I'm the only one who sees them, so you don't have to share them with other people if it makes you uncomfortable on health stuff. But feel free to bring it up and or your chart and let me know what's coming up for you. Are you feeling this push into the new you and you're like having to let go of shit you don't want to let go of? Right? So that's what's coming up. So someone says, my 2nd house, oh, let's see, moon sign is Virgo, let's see. Rising is Cancer. All right. So you've got a rising sign, go look for your moon. Your moon is in the 2nd house. So money can take you down and get you unwell. And your rising sign is affected by the ability to make money. And you probably sometimes over nurture everybody, over give to everybody, feel everybody's emotions because your rising sign is a water sign and it starts affecting you. And so Mars, what house is Mars in, James? And let me know the house it's in, and then you can see where it's showing up for you. So this person just shared with us, she has a Cancer rising, which is a water sign. And her moon, the planet that matches Cancer is Moon. And so we go, where's the moon sign? It's sitting in her 2nd house, saying when she feels unworthy, unvaluable, and not in her financial confidence, it can affect how she shows up, or she may show up in environments over giving, over nurturing, over caring as the mother and utilize not her full financial capacity. So the 2 will trigger each other and she might not feel well. So it's a big deal to pay attention to that, my friends. Okay. So if we don't know all these signs, is our moon the best place to start? Yes. Yes, there's your answer. Yes, yes, yes. Because buried emotions are your get out of jail free card, my friends. And the freedom point for being alive and living your authentic self. And everyone wants to go into all these large, long planetary insights into your chart, and they can. They're very, very specific about you. But if you don't know that one category of your life, that you have to stay and catch yourself. The high highs and the lowest lows hit that moon sign house. So if your moon sign is in the, let's say in the 8th house of intimacy, you might feel great at times, but then when you don't feel confident intimately or about letting things go or learning how to be more intimate or being confident, you're going to have a hard time. And you're going to feel depressed and shut down and insecure and feel like you got to be secretive. Like it's a big deal where it sits. But when you feel emotionally connected, you feel high to another human. Make sense? All right, when someone says, what does your chart ruler mean again? Okay, so guys, go find your rising sign, period. We all have a sun, moon, and rising. If you just run a birth chart, you don't even have to do it here. Astro.com, go to my website, ideserveitnow.com, idinow.com works. They all go there. Free tools, run a birth chart. It'll tell you right there, your sun, your moon, your rising sign, okay? The planet that matches that in your chart is your chart ruler. It's your CEO. It kind of runs how you run your game. It's a huge impact on how you show up for the world, and your health is affected by the authenticity or inauthenticity of who you show up as in your appearance. So it's truthfully you. Or are you playing small in who you truly want to express your light to the world? That's what the rising sign does for people. So we kind of neglect that, but that's the ruler. So you can go see it, just run a chart, you'll see your rising sign and you'll go, oh, I don't even need to know my whole chart. That's a big deal. What if you don't know your chart? Okay. I get asked this a lot for newbies, and my friends, you can either get a free chart, you don't get a lot other than a mini download of what, each of the signs mean. And it's a good little mini report to give you insight onto who you are. Go grab my self-awareness astrology course 101 and learn who you are, right? Then simply circle the houses on that chart that I brought up earlier. You get that in that call, you get the description houses. And go circle your moon or the houses that you're playing small, and then begin with an action plan of one house, one category. Start with, who am I? And am I growing? It's the reason I teach lighthouse astrology, because the planets and the angles and the degrees and the numbers are so much less important than understanding your unique rooms of your own lighthouse. It's your house. And there's some scary places in your house. Okay. The next one says, what if several house categories are being avoided? I think we all are avoiding several house categories, right? Not intentionally, but they're uncomfortable, right? It's not about good or bad. It's just you're going to have more pressure, right? More anxiety, more pain, more physical issues, more suffering because you believe that you are out of control. But your body is simply telling you to reset today what you want to see so that you can grow it stronger in your soul. You can't heal what you're not willing to see, my friends. So it's vital that you determine where you are willing to grow confidence or avoid it, and blame your body and physiology instead. You're blaming your biology. We all blame the biology, but we don't know where the emotional, set points are. We don't know where the emotional weak spots are that started the shit in the first place. Any of you have ever read Dr. Bruce Lipton? He wrote this fantastic book. It's called The Biology of Belief. Okay, stating basically cliff notes of the book. Your beliefs impact your body, and your beliefs all sit in your birth chart telling you, you're right, I do believe that about that is how I show up there. Yeah, you're right, I do have that belief. Yeah, I do believe I suck if I'm not a badass at career, but I'm really good at it, but I'm not doing it. It's all there, your beliefs. And your beliefs are so easy to see in your chart. So upgrade your belief in that ignored category and your lighthouse shines. So it's the reason I teach it from that perspective. So yes, we all probably have several areas we avoid, but once you start growing in these categories of your life, going, okay, I can do that a little bit more. I'll do that a little bit more. You're not so anti-rejection of actually walking in and trying it. That's where the big key is to awaken. Okay. So does that make sense to all of you? Like, any questions, any health issues coming up? A lot of you are coming out of this fog. We've been through a lot of exhaustion. I mean, again, in other calls, we've talked about the solar flares, the Schumann resonance, the frequency of the transiting planets. I mean, there's a lot going on, but my point is, when you don't focus on all that and you're focused on you and your growth, it doesn't impact you quite as powerful as if you just thought something was happening to you. And so, yes, there's a lot going on. So the physical stuff that's been coming up with my clients, it's really a matter of, because they've been avoiding certain areas and going, okay, you're right. I can do that. I do have the power to heal that, fix that, grow that. And the more confidence you have in something, the less the nervous system has to be on trying to get you to pay attention to it. And it calms down and you breathe into it. Cool. Mars, shoot me a DM on that, Jamie, because it's not explaining what house it's in. I do see that it's in Leo, but what house is it? What house is your Mars in? She's asking me. So someone's asking me, my Mars, the sign of inflammation, anger, bitterness, whatever, we can show up, or we can show up as a warrior, right? Mars is where we either grow our energy or we leak our energy, right? Where we stand in our power. And so where Mars sits in your chart, it's where we can get inflamed because we're angry and irritated and frustrated, and we're pushing too hard instead of stepping back and just being confident. So that's kind of where Mars sits in your chart. But the physical stuff that's been coming up is exhaustion. Really, a lot of people are having a hard time sleeping. What else has been going on? Physical pains that I'm finding out, or issues that they got resolved and then they're reappearing. That's for all this new energy waves that are asking you. Upgrade your DNA, your energetic grid, your quantum field, your confidence in who you are in alignment. And don't worry, we'll send you help. Your spirit guides, your angels, your guardian angels, God, higher self. I posted a command, how to command your angels to start helping you with this. I would suggest you all go onto the wall in your Truth Tribe walls where I posted it, and use that command statement and start talking to spirit about your physical health. What energy do you want to align with? And watch the portal open, because we are in such a manifesting state right now. You got this. You all have this, I promise. Okay, so she's telling us that Mars is in her first house, and Mars is in your first house. There's a lot of self-confidence growth that has to happen. And when you feel self-confident, you're a badass warrior. And when you don't, it can drain you again from overgiving. I'll look at that a little bit more in another chat, because I'm a little confused on your chart. Okay, everybody, any other questions? You guys are so healthy. You're not feeling any of these flares. You're even going to feel anxiety. That was the other one coming up. Gemini rules anxiety. I know it's the full moon tomorrow specifically, but the last several days, most people's anxiety has been off through the roof. Anybody here having anxiety? Like I said, feel free to comment in the chat. If you've been having anxiety, it's just Gemini saying, you're not speaking your truth. You're not being honest. You're not telling people what you want. That's what's going on. And it's calling bullshit. And thus the anxiety is always because we're either living in the past or we're living in the future. But what are you doing right now and speaking about who you are and what you want? And this Gemini full moon, or new moon, I apologize, is activating that. It's activating your ability to say, this is what I want, even if it's on a piece of paper and you're charging your water with that through this full moon. I would charge it, put water on it, put a lid on it, and charge it through the night. That'll really charge your water with the health that you want, the love that you want, the wealth that you want. Just charge your water under the moon and tell Gemini, it's time for me to start speaking into this honest truth. Your chart's just the activator of helping you see how to stay centered and not to move like a lighthouse. My friends, the boats will find you. They always do. Okay? All right, my friends, that's it. I know there was a little heady of the chart in there, but a lot of you are asking me, and I'm trying to tell you, you got to get back into your heart. You got to get back into knowing who you are. And if you leave anything tonight, I want you to leave with the phrase I left you with about your moon. Okay? Asking your moon that bigger question. It's a big deal for that moon sign to say, all right, is this area in my life, is it impacting me? And when you ask yourself honestly, in the category where that moon sits, have I been emotionally present for this part of my life, or do I run away? It will open up so many doors for you to start healing. I'll post that also in the wall. Okay. All right, my friends, it was a beautiful night. I will see you on Monday. If you have any questions, we just did love, we just did health, and now we are going to talk about wealth next week. So I'm not going to do so much of the chart, but I'm going to give you what houses are affected in that chart. But we're going to talk a little bit more about your mindset and energy beliefs, where they show up for you and how you're tripping your own self up. We trip our own selves when it comes to that, and it's all emotionally based. So you guys, remember, if you have questions, share these truth tribes, look at the chart numbers and the wheels, and look at the part of your chart that wants access to your soul, and you're going to start feeling a lot better. Okay. You know how to find me. Truth Tribe will always be in Facebook wall, but I keep trying to remind you guys, I always will repost the split replays in your Spotify and YouTube podcast. And remember, if you want Astrology 101 and you missed it, or Zodiac Hotspots or Elevate, you can grab a single course. If not, you want to be a VIP and you want everything, go get the I Deserve It membership. Everything is on the website, ideserveitnow.com. If you've already logged in, or you're in the Truth Tribe portal, or you bought a course, just go to ideserveitnow.com and tap member login, and it'll take you right to your login. Again, if you guys are listening to this on after the live sessions, YouTube and Spotify, the links will always be in the notes. Find me if you have any questions. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I love you. Brightest blessings, and I will see you in a week. Take care.